Now, quickly, how did we pull this together? How did we create these monitors, evaluations, metrics, etc.? Well, a lot of the administration can be carried out from the user client. So we can do a lot of this through the user client in our day-to-day administration. But when you're initially setting up the system, typically you use what we call the Reveille administration client. And this is where you can go in, you can take a template, generate a new monitor from that template. It creates the new monitor, it creates a set of parameters associated with that monitor, and the parameters are pointed at the right location. So you're not hard coding any data into the monitor, you're just putting it into the parameters associated with that monitor. So you can reuse templates, you can reuse monitors as required. Once the monitors are created, or once you're creating the templates, we also have wizards that we can generate individual tests with. So we can go in, we can use a wizard, and again, we have product-specific wizards. So wizards for Documentum, for example. We also have generic wizards. So things like we have a website wizard that allows us to record a script of doing something on a web-based client. So it could be a website, intranet site, custom client. So you can record an action and then play back that action within the test itself. So it's very quick to define within the web test wizard. As I said, there's specific Documentum ones as well. So product specific, so allowing you to go in, define exactly what type of test you want to run against the system and what metric to place that in. So again, it's what we've aimed for here is to make it as simple as possible to set that up. The next point on this is tuning the actual metrics and the evaluations against the metrics in the background. So again, this is a straightforward process. You can go in, you can add additional metrics, and you can define the upper and lower thresholds, or the change over a period of time, or the number of occurrences for a specific metric. What we've also introduced is the ability to use AI to evaluate a set of data against a model. So if we take, say, 30 days worth of data, it can evaluate that data and it can start to define the thresholds dynamically. So you might do that evaluation every once a day and then define the upper and minimal, the minimal value and maximum value for a specific metric dynamically. So you don't have to go in and tune that. This is happening automatically using AI. So again, it's about focusing on speed of deployment, which takes 2 to 3 weeks for production environment, and then the minimal management of Reveille where possible. The final piece is once we've defined everything it's running, we're having AI define our thresholds for where appropriate. What if we have an issue that we have a way of resolving? So in other words, we know there's a fix. Say maybe it's restarting an application service, or if it's clearing a cache, or whatever it is. And we can do that manually. So we've got a notification. We can go in and we can manually do that, and that ensures that the issue has minimal impact on our end users. We also have the ability to run proactive actions. So if you encounter the issue, you can get the system to automatically do something for you. And that can be any of these actions. These are all defined for our clients over a number of years, but it can be product specific, like Documentum product specific, or extended ECM. It can be more generic, so things like restarting services, processes, etc. Or it could even just run a PowerShell script. So you can write whatever you want to in the script to carry out whatever actions are most appropriate, and it will run that PowerShell script for you on the system. So again, that can be trying to reduce the amount of time that any impact, or ideally stop any change or stop any issues on the system having any impact on the end users, automating that fix and ensuring the system runs smoothly.